Hello, everybody out there. Have a great day. Anyway, I'm Jeff with the Dutchman's Wood Shack, and I want to talk a little bit about what I do and experience I have in woodworking and remodeling and other things. First off, I want to say most of the time, what I do now is I'm a hobbyist. Plus, I do sell stuff. So I do art fairs a lot during the summertime, and some art studio work. So I belong to two woodworking clubs that are really great: the Fox Valley Woodworking Club in Batavia, Illinois, and the Windy City Turners in Naperville. Both clubs are really good. They've got the Fox Valley Woodworkers is more open to other people that have a lot of skills and other things other than just turning. The Windy City Turners is basically wrapped around people who use a lathe and turn. So we all kind of use, at least in my shop, I have a bunch of tools I use. Okay, so anyway, I want to start off by saying my background is in actually natural resources. Um, I worked for the Forest Service for quite a while, and then I got out of it and got into um, contracting. So the guy that taught me all this stuff that I know about contracting, Chuck Jones, may he rest in peace, was a great guy. All right, he taught me everything. Now this is out in California, and there is a big difference between California and Illinois, where I'm at now. It does make a difference in the way you build houses. Okay, so that helps. The knowledge of that, just the knowledge for that. But the one thing I possess the most knowledge of is forestry, forest management, lands management, and forestry itself. How does that help me with my job? Well, every species of tree on the face of the planet at some point is going to disappear because of evolution. That's just the way things happen. Things switch back and forth. Things pass on. Bugs get to it, whatnot. And there's a big, wide swath of uh, pine species up in the northwest and the west forest that are dying off, and it's because of the pine, the bark beetle that's up there. But what happens is something else comes in place of it, which is a good thing. Hopefully, the science is behind stuff that you can combat it issue because the reason I'm saying is it makes a big difference for the logging industry in that area. So, and what I'm trying to get at here is if I'm on here and people are looking for my background, I don't have a lot on here. I'm not technology driven, so I don't put a lot on there. I'd have to pay somebody to do it, and it's not worth it. All I ask is if you're interested in what I do, is that you leave me a message and I can get back to you because it's the only way I do it. Anyways, I'm on I'm on LinkedIn here. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on YouTube. And I spend most of my time on YouTube doing uh, instructional media. So, and mine's a little bit different than anybody else. Uh, the biggest thing I like doing is just I goof off in my shop. I'm loose knit. I don't care. I'm like Tim Allen. Okay, I'm the guy that wants to power up things. I gotta have more power. And I gotta have coffee too. So, uh, what I like to talk about is how I recycle stuff. Now, the biggest thing I do right now, I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll pull a piece of wood here somewhere. I got so much wood in here, it's growing fungus, I think. This is a piece of oak wood flooring, red oak flooring. Okay, so there's a white oak. Anyway, I recycled this. Now, why would I do that? Well, because for one, it's good wood. There's nothing wrong with it. People evidently didn't like that. It was a two-tone stain on it and all. I've got the tools here to take care of that. The only thing is it brings it down a little bit. No, I want to say a word of caution. If you guys have floors like this, when they do the tongue and groove stuff, just if you ever get to the point where you have to sand it off, um, the guys that do the floor sanding, hopefully they don't take too much. But I took this down, and it's probably about 5/8 of an inch thick now. All right, so it goes from 3/4 to 5/8 inch thick. It doesn't take much to take. Usually a couple of 16th to an 8 inch off every time you sand it. It's probably 2/16 you sand it. But with all the tools I have in here, I'm able to use them to make the maximum buck. And when I sell stuff, I try to make it affordable for people by using scrap wood. Now, is that junk wood? No. It's just, I didn't go to the store and buy it. It's just, it was somebody else's floor, and they were going to toss it. It was going to go into landfill and whatnot, and I decided to use this. So that's just me. I mean, you can go to the store and buy lots of wood, but as a turner, I have a habit of collecting pine wood. If I'm designing something, I use pine wood as a template, because if I screw up, firewood or trash, right? And it's cheap. Pallet wood is a big thing. That's what a lot of things are in. If you look behind me, all my ducting and everything in the barn here is all done out of barn wood and pallet wood. I put a drop ceiling in here so it wouldn't be so bad. It's a low ceiling because it's a barn. Anyway, long story short, I try to recycle. I'm big into that, and I always like to get with people, other crafters. The big thing is Makers Fair. I've been involved in Makers Fairs for a long time. I used to do it with the old Craftsman Tool Company. That's the other thing. I know tools. Do I have everything that I need for what I need to do? No. I just wing it. But I just had to come on and let you guys all know what I do. I'm in a process. I had this issue with the boss, and I asked him, I said, what should I do with this piece of wood? Now, it was a nice piece of wood. It is. I don't know. I think it's Osage. Anyway, it has good grain to it on the outside. Now, it's me looking at grain. Now, the way the log is like this, all right? So technically speaking, when you're doing work on a lathe, you don't, this is what they call the torus. The verbiage is the pith goes with it. So that, in other words, your cambium layer, the center of the tree or the log, you don't want to go with it like you're going to do an arm here, right? You want to go against it. And there's two reasons why, but the main reason is because you'll split wood otherwise. That's not always true. I got like 50% of the time I've had that issue, and the other 50% it's fine. It depends on the species of the tree and how dry it is. That's the big thing. But I was talking about, somebody goes to me, why don't you drill this hole in here and just, go down a little bit and make it like a tray. Well, now they say, well, why don't you make it deeper? I said, well, if I'm going to go that deep, it's kind of defeating the purpose. And plus, you can't go too far because you've got these edges here. So, the most I could go would be another maybe 3/4 of an inch to an inch. That would be it. And to be honest with you, I think I like the way it looks like this. Once I seal it with what I'm going to do, finish it off, it'll be awesome. The other thing is, talk about recycling, is this. If anybody knows what this is, I know what it is, but this is actually out of an 1800s house. This is red oak, old growth sawn oak. And I acquired this from, I don't know, I have stuff from barns being pulled down and things for the last 20 years of doing this stuff. What my idea is I use it for two things. One is a display. My idea is that I'm going to put it up on the wall once I finish it. This is a shelf. These make great shelves. Whether you do it this way or you put it this way on the wall, I prefer to do it this way because you got the reveal on this side. If I got to cut it up, no. I get two of these pieces. If somebody's interested in it, let me know. But I actually like this. Then the other thing is too, there are people out there who restore houses, and they may be interested in it. Don't know. But I'm more interested in using it for shelves to display my hand planes. So, but this is what I'm saying, recycling stuff. I appreciate old wood. Now, I have restored a whole bunch of furniture from the 1800s because I like that. And the dimensions on it, all the reveals, all the nice inlaid stuff that's on it, you got to think back in the 1800s, how did they do that? See, there wasn't all these sanders and stuff I got over here, or these saws. It was a hand saw and hand planes and a few other things, chisels, building boats, you know. So there is a group in Hawaii, by the way, which I'll be visiting soon, who does that. They take a log from the woods somewhere, and they take and let it dry out a little bit. Then they start carving it with axes and carving tools, and it's really interesting to watch them do it. It's a long, drawn-out process, and there's usually 5 or 6 people doing it, and it's amazing what they could turn a tree this big around into. It's amazing. But anyway, I'm gonna get off. I'm gonna be doing instructional media soon. I'm going to start with tools and the kind of tools I have in the shop and how I use them. And safety first, always. I have a fire extinguisher over there. Down here, I've got a can for oily and greasy rags from doing, you know, varnishes and stuff. It's a must. And a first aid kit. It's a must. Duct tape. So anyway, with that note, I'm going to let you go. Thanks for watching the Dutchman's Wood Shack. Any questions or comments, please leave a comment and let me know what you think. My content, I'm so when it comes to putting it on LinkedIn because I know it's professional. And I'm trying to get business, but what my biggest thing is I need people to help me edit, and I need people to tell me where would be the best place to show off my stuff. God bless. Happy 2025. And my biggest thing is, my phrase is, it can't be creative if I don't see sawdust being made. So keep an open mind and be creative. God bless.